Maz, DM me, serious inquiries only, Cash App ready, and I will help you with that. Heritage Hip Hop is on the road to 5,000 subscribers for 2026. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe tonight as you watch the video. Also, check out heritagehiphop.com for more and the tab for our merch. Visit our T Public store for more. And now let's get to the show. Stop playing with me, man. I'm just looking at my notes. Y'all know the interviews be live. We ain't playing no games tonight. Really, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Heritage Hip Hop Podcast tonight, where we introduce you to your future favorite artists while celebrating hip hop culture from its foundation to the now. I am your host, Karev. And before I get to my guest, let me just say this. If you're watching the show, please hit the like button. That lets the algorithm know that we're on. And then comment. The more you comment, the more it sees it. And I will put you and your questions also into this interview so everybody knows that you're here. Before we really party tonight, I just want to say this. When you meet new artists, the goal is not to just get their music, listen to it, and throw it away. It's to see if you can bond with them. It's to see if they can attach to you in some way. And when I find an artist that has words that are meaningful or expression that is admirable, it behooves me and it is my duty to bring you something. Because while people say hip hop has no soul, or we have no culture, or everything's about murder, killing, misogyny, sex, and everything that's against the will of God in hip hop, it's refreshing to find someone or something that reminds you that hip hop is God-given, not socially directed. So with that being said, I want to introduce y'all to an artist that not only has something to say, but he reminded me that the message is bigger than the vibe and the beat only highlights the message. Introduce yourself to the people, please.
Yo, man, shout out to all the people. It's your boy IshK, Mr. Moore Barston, Bourbon Street, Mr. Live from the Bricks, man. I'm happy to be here today, Karev.
Hey man, it's a pleasure, yo, because we've been wanting to do this for a long time. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir. But good things come to those who wait. So
true. And in waiting, I'm able to construct the best possible interview I can. So let's get started. My
talk to
first
me.
question to you is not what made you start rhyming or what or when did you find out you wanted to rap. My first question is, what is the most important word you ever heard and it made you want to write?
Mm-mm. The most important word that made me want to write,
Yep.
probably purpose.
Okay. Talk
Purpose.
about purpose. What does purpose mean to you?
Purpose. I mean, just having that, like just having that purpose, having something to do something for. Right? And that might not be a physical thing, but it might be internal. So it was always purpose. Like if you do anything, you're doing it with a sense of purpose. You're doing it with a sense because it creates urgency, it creates ambition. It creates that will and that dog mentality. So like if you can't do if it's no purpose, if it's purposeless, you know, a lot of times you tend to just fade the black on whatever situation that's there, or you tend to just put it to the side. Nah, man, I get to it later because it has no purpose. And then purpose pops up everywhere, especially as you're growing from your adolescence to your young adulthood. You find different purposes. Your purposes change, So the word purpose really put in perspective things apart from rhyming that I wanted to do in my life.
I feel you because every man, every woman, every child is born with the purpose.
Right.
It's even written in the books of the past that before you were born, your spirit asked God to be put here. And
Mm,
God had to allow you. And God said, okay, I'll do it, but you have a purpose to being born.
that's fire.
And a lot of us find our purpose in different ways because our purpose is sometimes brought forth through our talent.
Right.
Now, you're Essex County, baby. I'm going to
Mhm.
ask you this. Your environment can dictate your talent, but your talent also gives birth to your purpose. When did you see your talent come forth and when did you find your purpose?
I could say as far as my talent, it was always there. It was more so of a sense of when I took it serious. So I could say around like high school, probably my freshman year, I used to just freestyle. Like I had a knack for freestyling. Like literally, I could put words together quick. And I was always quick with my words. Got me in a lot of trouble as well, But I could say probably like eighth grade, freshman year. That's really when I found my talent. And then the purpose, I mean, probably after my daughter was born, I wanted to do something that was impactful. I wanted to do something that I could share with my kids and go, you know what? Regardless of how the outcome of the dream was, I was able to have the courage to go after something bigger than I could imagine, which I'm still going after till this day.
That's dope, man. You know what? It's funny. Tupac got a line that said Marvin Gaye used to say to me that being black proud was the thing to be, right?
Right.
When I used to rhyme, I said Chuck D used to sing to me. He said black pride was the thing. Having black pride is the thing to be, right?
Hmm.
And sometimes we hear music or we hear a person that puts something embedded in our soul that makes us proud to learn, proud to be, and proud to express.
Right.
Is there a person or a song that made you look within your inner man and say, whatever I want to do, I can do it? And you use that.
Um, I mean, yeah, it's very, very, that's a very easy question. My grandmother, man, my grandfather, seeing them, like, things that they had to endure and where they wanted to be, regardless of what was going on around them, staying focused, and always being like, I tell everybody, like, if I never met a saint in my life, it had to be my grandmother, because I seen her level of patience and perseverance for her purpose, right? And till this day, when you see somebody work at a high level, I could compare her greatness to the consecutive greatness of LeBron James. It's amazing to see somebody perform even when they have nothing left, right? So it could even it can either make you scared and make you get into a corner, or it can make you emulate. And I always seen how perseverant she was, no matter what the trials and tribulations, no matter her adversity and everything, she would always persevere. And it was always through the leadership of God, and it was always through the help of her family and everything. And she took that strength that God gave her along with the support and always persevered. So it dropped down from generations, from my mom to my aunt to my brothers to my kids. And so just watching how strong she was told me, like, hey man, listen, if OG five times could do it, man, I could do it, man. And when you see that every day, no matter how sick she was, no matter if her back hurt it, no matter if it wasn't enough time in the day, I swear, man, she could pull extra hours out of a day. So when you see somebody operate at a high level consistently and never waver, never flinch, never budge, I mean, that's the strength. That's the strength. That's the strength that we all wish we could possess. And that's the strength that at times you have to possess to just make it through one day. So I could say that's the person who put me in that mindset. And that was just, she always put me in that mindset, and always is a motivational person to me. And I just appreciated being able to see it closer than on the TV screen. I'm able to interact with it every day. So happy birthday to her. She just turned 76 yesterday. So happy birthday, Grandma. But I always, the flowers I would have to give her, man, would stretch from here around the world 4 or 5 times. So that's probably the person who motivated me the most.
See how we work that in there? Shout out to grandma.
Yeah,
Hey, check this out though. But your grandma is strong for the one thing hip hop gave everybody. Do you know what that is?
I don't know. You tell me.
Truth.
Whew.
And one thing, there's people here in this world that are scared of the truth and will accept the lie because it's comfortable.
Right,
That means there's people out there who's not strong enough to tell, carry, or live the truth.
right.
I'm gonna give you something that was given to me, and I want you to rock with this.
Talk to me.
The great Billy Danz of MOP said, "A liar is a person who's truly unhappy with who they are because they'll make a reality that's not real and get mad at you for not believing the lie that they have to the lie that they have to make them forget how uncomfortable the truth is. So they deal with a lie because they can't deal with the truth.
It's deep.
The truth is something that can make you free, but the truth is something that can raise your bar. How
Hmm.
truthful, how real is the truth for you? And what is the bar that the truth set for you?
The truth make you uncomfortable. The truth can make you comfortable and uncomfortable. It's what truth you get. It's the truth you need to hear. Sometimes when you out of the loop, it's the truth you need to hear. Sometimes when you on the right path. Um, and a lot of times it's how you handle the truth. right? It's how you deal with what the truth is. Sometimes you don't want to hear the truth about yourself because your self-confidence and your ego steps in where it's like, they don't know what they talking about. The thing is, like I always tell people, the players have a vision, the coaches see something, and the spectators see something. Everybody has their POV of the game. The only thing that's different is what POV you see. So just because you didn't see the walk on the court doesn't mean the coach didn't see it, doesn't mean the fans didn't catch it. So it's truths and layers. And a lot of time we get those truths in layers when we walking through life because life is like a step. Life is a step-by-step process. We didn't just come out with teeth. We had to grow them one by one. Everything we ever did in life came in a step form. And the truth is nothing but a step form of the reality of what's happening in your life, whether it's good, bad, or it's indifferent. It's how you deal. And I mean, the human side of us, do we always deal with the truth right? Nah. I mean, I could be the first to say I don't always deal with the truth that I need to hear, but that don't mean I don't need to hear it.
Wait a minute,
So,
wait a minute. You're talking about perspective
mm,
and process.
mm,
The power of the P. Yeah, let's
right.
talk about that.
Yeah.
What you just said was the embodiment of a rhyme that came out in 1992.
Okay.
And the rhyme said, "The mind tricks the body, body thinks the mind's crazy." So the mind is your perspective,
Mm,
and your perspective gives you the purpose.
mm,
But the purpose is only followed through the process.
right.
Let's talk about the process. The mind tricks the body. Body thinks the mind is crazy. Your mind can elevate you. Your mind can tell you the truth, and your mind is where the actions start. But you can second guess the mind, and then you could call the mind crazy, and then you can miss your opportunity. Correct?
Correct.
So check this out. Let's go into your life and
Talk to me.
come back to the music.
Come back.
What's your territory and where are you from?
Man, I'm out of Irvington, New Jersey.
All right.
Born and raised Newark, New Jersey. Born and raised between Irvington and Newark, New Jersey, man. Born in Bedford Israel Hospital, like most people from Newark, New Jersey was. Uh, so just between Newark, New Jersey and Irvington, New Jersey is where IshK has been jumping back and forth.
Okay. So Irvington and Newark serve a very important purpose in New Jersey history and hip hop history as well. Let's take it to New Jersey. There was a certain group of people in New Jersey who were greedy.
Hmm.
They said Newark had too much power. So they
Right.
petitioned to change the zip code because they wanted to find their own purpose and be their own town.
Mm.
And that's how Irvington, East Orange, and all these other cities were made because people were looking for identity.
Right.
And through the process of that, people had to learn how to make a town, have an identity, forge their identity, and then live their identity. What is the hardest lesson you as a man learned that helped you forge your identity and made you want to put your truth, your process, your purpose into your music?
Sacrifice.
Talk about
Sacrifice.
sacrifice.
Just it's an unwilling thing as a man. Sacrifice. Just doing what you have to do what you want to do, doing what's best instead of what you feel, making that consistent sacrifice to push life forward in any way, shape, form for your family, for yourself. Sometimes you have to sacrifice how you feel internally to get to where you have to be in a physical sense. So that word sacrifice, it always hits, and it comes in the form of being a father. It comes in the form of just being a man in general. Learning how to embrace sacrifice is one of the biggest challenges I think that sometimes we have because we all want to do what we want to do when we want to do it. That's the human in us, right? Like as logical as we could make a situation, the human part of us is not as logical, right? We want to do what we want to do when we want to do it, but it's that maturity and learning through trial and error, like we all do, because these are our mortal form. It's only one all being, all knowing, all seeing, and that's not us. Um, so that word sacrifice just always hit when you talk about Najee, when you talk about IshK, like when you hear the music, it's sacrifice. I went through things to get to these bars. Like I didn't wake up and walk to these bars. Like I'm an MC. So when you hear something, I've been through it. Not only have I been through it, I've seen other people been through it. I've studied the emotional details of everything I'm saying to the point where it's like, listen, this how I was feeling when I was feeling wherever I was feeling. And this how it had to be said in this moment. Now it might sound clever because I have that's the artistry of it, right? Making it sound clever. But at the same time, it's nothing fake. It's no filler in here. I'm having fun if I'm rapping. I might be down if I'm rapping. I might be up. I might be in the middle. I might be in a gray area. But I'm making that sacrifice. I'm making the ultimate sacrifice of sharing my emotional thought process and sharing and being vulnerable to the world. That's a sacrifice. Because as a man, being vulnerable a lot of times has been, frowned upon. And as an artist, we don't understand how vulnerable we are. Like artists think that I always say artists say people say dumb stuff like, oh, he too emotional. To create art takes a form of emotion. Whether you're a painter, whether you play instruments, no matter what you do, if you are considered a creative, an artist, not even a creative, because anybody can create. If you consider yourself an artist, you cannot say you perform your best work or some of your best work without having some form of emotions and some form of vulnerability to create that. Because you had to share it with the world, and that's where you become vulnerable. These are not things you're walking out and saying or showing to other people just randomly. You chose to process this whole thing. You chose to paint this, ship it, put it in an art gallery. You chose that. You chose to play this symphony this way. You chose to pick this song selection to play in the orchestra. And then you have to explain because everybody asks you, why, Ish? Why did you say this? Why was this record important? So now I got to be vulnerable to tell you the truth. I could lie, and who are you to know the lie? But I would know the lie. So it's a sacrifice. Ultimately, that's that word sacrifice comes into play for me.
But sacrifice is a love language.
It is.
And I wonder, do a lot of people really love themselves when they make their art? Because a lot of people lie, and that goes back to purpose, truth, process.
Hmm.
Because if a person creates art, if a person is creating music, there is a certain vulnerability that comes with it.
Hmm.
But you're mixing your art into people who are not even true to themselves, and people want loyalty from a disloyal bunch of people who are emotional, who are trying to find love, who don't have a loving identity of self. How
Mm.
much do you love yourself, and how much love does that go into your art? And
What
do you
T.O.
recognize the love that you have for yourself?
What T.O. say? I love me some me. I love me some me, but I mean, life sets in sometimes. And we could be honest, we're here. It's sometimes when life whooping you, right? And it's sometimes where you question your love for yourself because, like I said, once again, no matter how logical we can be, no matter how headstrong we can be, we are humans, man. And we process life the way humans do. So, yeah, it's times where I could say, if I say a percentage, I love me about 80%, 90%. But what people will do is they'll look into that 10%, right? And sometimes nothing is 100. So I always tell people, Lysol 99.9% effective. Nothing is 100. The only thing that's 100 is nothing. So, I love me as much as I can love me. And sometimes I got to remind me to love me. And I think that's where we all are. Sometimes you got to remind you to love you because you'll put expectations on yourself to where you'll start. You the hardest critic. You talk to what person? Can I ask you a question? Who do you talk to more than anybody else?
Myself.
Exactly. Who are you hard on more than anybody else?
Myself.
Exactly. So if you're hard on and you talk to yourself more than anybody else, your love for yourself fluctuates because you put helping, a full size serving of doubt. Sometimes you put a full size serving of lackluster effort and loving. So, do I love myself? Of course. Monday, I might love the heck out of myself. But Tuesday, I might beat down on myself to where I got to remind myself, hey, bro, you too hard on yourself. Love yourself. So the
Wow.
goal is not just to love yourself, but it's also to remind yourself to love yourself. And that's what I'm learning, man. Like all this is trial and error with me. I don't have it figured out. It sound good, but I have my days. Some days I could tell you I love myself 100%. Some days I'm at 45. And that's the honest to God truth in that moment. And some days I got to tell myself or do something to remind myself. It might be going to get a snack. It might be just going to take a walk. It might be jumping into some fitness. It might be listening to some music. Subtle reminders of love within self help you love externally.
You know what? That's another rap line. Only person that can kill me is the person in my mirror.
Uh huh.
The only
There you go.
person, the person who look at you is the person that's your main opposition. But see, that goes into why music is so important because when you sad, you listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
When you happy, you listen to
Listen
music.
to music.
Even when you're thinking, you can zone out
Listen to
listening to
music.
music.
Yes, sir.
Even it said David played music to calm the savage beast or the evil spirit that was in King Solomon, not Solomon, Saul's body. You know, music has such a healing way to help you when somebody breaks your heart and to help you rejoice when somebody makes your heart.
Mm.
But in all actuality, it is you that can either fulfill or trick your own heart by believing in something else that somebody has, given to you. All right. Yo, you so
Yes.
popular. We got spam. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to whoever that is. All right, so let's be real about love
Let's
for a
do
second.
it.
Because the point of this interview is the message is more important than the vibe and the beat. And for you to get a message, you have to understand the artist and who you're talking to. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're talking about so far, hit that like button and make sure you comment because we want you to chime in on this interview.
Yes, sir.
Now, is there a favorite song that you had that when you're there, it brings you out of that place or puts you in that place? So creation is very easy for you.
Zoom by the Commodores.
Talk to me about Zoom. Shout out to
Oh,
Ghostface
that's
Killer, by the way.
that's a record. The Commodores, man, they took me out there. I go with the original. That's fire. That's a good record. It just take me out there. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. It take you past. Life is rough, right? The world is rough. A lot of times you hear a lot of negativity, and it's just the way that when you hear that, it make you feel. It take me back. It take me back to a Fish Fry Friday. It take me back to my adolescence. And I wasn't born for that era of music, but it take me to a place of love. It take me to a place of comfort. A lot of times we align with this armor and we walk outside and we're fighting the world. And we're not just fighting the world because we're men. We're fighting the world because we're a specific type of man. We're black like this. I can't change this. I can't hide this. So the world values me as a threat as soon as I leave my door. As soon as I leave my door, I'm a threat to society without even people understanding the content of my character. And as a man, as a black man, as a young black man, especially in Irvington, North Essex County area, who gets a bad rep for just the negativity, like nothing positive happens here. Yes, you need that subtle place that you can compartmentalize that nonsense, and it needs to take you out there just so you don't walk into the world angry. So when I hear that record, man, maybe just a foolish dreamer. It say it all in the words, but I don't care. Like he's saying it, you know what I'm saying? He said, "This is what I'm saying. Maybe I'm dreaming. Maybe my idea of life is too far fetched. Maybe how I'm thinking is not where the world is. But I could care less because I'm here. I'm here, and I'm here." And I'm not going anywhere. So just deal with it. Zoom. I like to fly far away from here. with my mind. You know, oh Lord, it's fresh and clear. And that's what you want. Sometimes you want that fresh and clear mind. Sometimes we do just want to fly away just for a little bit to resurface, to 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 get all our pieces intact to approach the evils and the positives of life.
Mm,
So
mm,
when I'm
mm.
in that space of that record, another record that always gets me, Bill Weathers, Use Me. That's a powerful record to me. You know, to me, to most people, you think he talking about a woman. To me, I think the woman is America. I think the woman is society. You put me in a room of high class people, and then you talk real to me. Sometimes the world do that to us. Sometimes the world does that to us as African Americans. They put us in this room and we think we there, and then they show, oh, you a nigga today. And you like, nah, brother, I'm not a nigga. I'm not, I'm ish. I'm a human being. I'm not a nigga. I'm African American. I'm a man. I'm not three-fifths of a man. I'm a whole man. But that's a whole nother letter. Then you got a record like Sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine.
Roy Ayers, rest in peace.
Roy Ayers. And you know you do. You know you do. What does the sunshine represent? Bright days. Some of these days are stormy, but when you see that sun, it's hope. So sometimes for me, the why the music was made to where I listen to it, I turn it into a whole nother meaning. That sunshine for me mean hope. I don't even think he's talking about a sunny day. I think he's talking about hope for a better tomorrow. So when
Yeah,
I get to those three records, man, it just take me where I need to go. It just calms me down. Um, for me personally, and that's how I view those records. Now, how you view those records, that's your thing. But me personally, how I view those records, it turns into a life lesson. So even if you was to talk to Roy Ayers, even if you was to talk to, Bill Weathers, even if you was to talk to the Commodores, that might not even be the meaning. But when they made those records and I got a chance to hear those records, that's what I turned those records into. Um, to answer your
fire.
question, if I did, brother.
No, it's fire. Because you said three things that's very important that goes into what we talked about with purpose, process, and love. Like you said, the skin, like you walk out as a black man. Quote another rap lyric, landed of free, but the skin I'm in identifies me. So the people
Mm-hmm.
around me energize me. That
Mm-hmm.
you already got people against you, but when you're around your people, you feel good.
Right.
You talked about hope. You talked about the message. And that was the point. That is the point of our interview is the message. Because a
Right.
lot of people make music and the music has no message.
Mm-hmm.
People are just making noises, bobbing their heads to beats, and people aren't talking about the things that really matter. And listening to your music and learning about your era, there are so many artists that had messages, but people didn't listen to them because they were so fanaticized by either the beat, the video, or they had a lack of understanding and show the world how deep they are. So this interview is a celebration of your mind, not only of what you said on the beat. So before we go to break, I want to ask you one important question. What do you want people to know when they listen to your music?
Uh, I want them to know who I am in that moment. I want them to know who I am in that moment. I want them to know what I've been going through in that moment. I want them to relate. I want them to have, I want them to know them. Don't know me. Know you. I want you to hear IshK song and go, you know what, it's on to something, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been feeling that way too. I want you, my process of creating is for you as not only the consumer, but for you, I'm teaching. I have my space to teach. When you put on my record, you're officially in the IshK class of lyricism. What have you learned about me? What have you learned about self? What can you relate to? What can't you relate to? What can I be better on? What can you be better on? What growth have you seen in you? What growth have you seen in me? I'm giving you something. I'm the chef. I'm cooking. But when you eat that food, it's for you to enjoy. It's not for me to enjoy. So when you listen to me, I want you to enjoy me, enjoy it, and not just enjoy it for the moment, but enjoy it to where you like, yo, man, it's hit. He did say that, you know, he said that. You remember that joint? It comes up. I had a dude, shout out to Joe B. Life, man. Joe B. Life, shout out to my brother, it's a good brother. He said, man, I was going to court, man, fighting for my life. He said, I listened to your song 60 Degrees every time I went to court. He said it ended up working out. He said, I don't know if it was your music or it was God. I said, it might have been both, but I'm going to take God for 300. He said, but bro, when I heard that joint, every time I walked in court, I had a sense of calmness with me. That's what I do it for, man. Granted, Rev, the finances is great, but when you could touch people's life, when people rocking with you, when they can say, yo, that music raised me, that music had me like this, that's the real. That's real. That's real. That's bigger than the streams. That's bigger than awards that's picked by people that don't know hip hop. That's bigger. That's bigger than the beat. That's bigger than the hook that make everybody shake their joints. That's bigger. That's bigger than something that get women naked. That's bigger. That's impact. Impact is dangerous, especially in the hands of a black man, black woman. They kill for that. Our people died because of impact. If Martin Luther King has no impact, he's alive. If the civil rights movement, all the leaders in the civil rights movement, if all the slaves that fought on the boats, that fought off the plantations had no impact, they would have lived longer. What does that say? That says that impact in the hands of African Americans is more powerful than money. And that's what I want you to take from that.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break and come back with the impact of the message of Ish. Stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
Where you get your hip hop from?
Yeah. What's up? This tribal trigger trench in the building. You already know. Nip, naughty.
Hey, Redman is in the building, of course. Jersey's finest, all about them bars, marijuana smoker. Hey, PSA announcement. I need everybody go support. That's right, support my fucking state, my city. Heritage Hip Hop, a New Jersey media source that celebrates New Jersey hip hop worldwide. Facts. Please subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on social media. That is Heritage Hip Hop on social media.
What up, y'all, man? It's your boy Do It All, Do Pray Kelly, right here on Heritage Hip Hop, man. Look, man, let me tell you something. Make sure you support Heritage Hip Hop, because without these brothers bringing you hip hop, we're not gonna stay informed, man, the way that we need to stay informed, man. And they're not just giving you hip hop, man. They're giving you the heritage of hip hop right here, man. Yo, Karab, I see you. Heritage Hip Hop, man. Let's do it.
It ain't nothing like heritage hip hop.
I jam to my own stuff. I don't worry about nobody else. Everybody out there, thank you for watching Heritage Hip Hop Podcast tonight. This is Karab with my guest, IshK. And we're going to start talking about his music because I wanted to establish one thing. A man that has his purpose has a message. And a man who does not have a message does not have a purpose. Is that really a man, or is that somebody taking up space? And when you have good music, you open yourself up to a space of learning, a space of catharsis, a space of thinking, feeling, a space of joy that gets you out of the everyday. And I want to talk about the development of IshK and some of the other projects that he has. Now, do you want to start with the album, or you want to just bounce around a little bit? What you want to do?
Hey, man, you know, shuffle it up like a good playlist. Shuffle it up. Holla at me.
All right, so let's first talk about Past Due. Because Past Due, from one, I like the cover art. Muhammad Ali, you got listing, you got the boxing match, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And one is the left hook being missed, and one is the dip to toss up the opponent. I want to ask you this question. What are the major things that you get away from when you create your music to keep you safe and to give you a means of attack to come back at the things that bother you?
I think like staying true to what I like doing. Not following the status quo of what's rocking. I I appreciate everybody. I think we look at I think we look at hip hop two different ways. I think it's entertainers and it's MCs. And a lot of what we see today is a lot of entertainment, right? And so I never fault entertainers for being entertaining in the entertainment business. Um, that just makes money. But as an MC, it's a skill set. It's a level of intelligence. It's a level of strategic movement. Anybody could come in the game and score 40 points, but who can consistently score 40 points? Who can consistently score 30? You attack it. Allen Iverson always say, when you talk about Kobe, he said, killers, no killers. Killers, no killers, right? MCs, no MCs. You know, you get that nod when you walk in the room. That's ish, man. We got a cipher. That's ish. Because I've proven time after time, I'm not same type of beat, type of spitter, man. We could go wherever you want to go with it. I'm with it. I try to take myself out of a box, so I do things that make me uncomfortable. To be honest, the drill scene is something that's not for me. I'm not in the streets. I'm not lifting 40s up. I'm not trapping. I'm not doing these things. And I just feel like one day you're gonna be called on that when you make that. And I don't want to have to answer that call about something I know I don't do for money. So always stay to myself to where when people see me, they get it. It's like, man, that's not his realm. But I've done records with cats who into that, and we done did some powerful things. I've J. Cole the Benny the Butcher situation. I've done that. You know, I've J. Cole the Lil Yachty situation. I've done that. Like it, and I never take myself away from me because that's why people are calling me. They're calling me to be me. They're not calling me to be, with them. So with the Past Due record, shout out to Reese 52. That's my young boy. I knew Reese for a minute. He started rapping a couple years ago, and he like, Ish, I want to get in the lab with you, but I'm not ready. Right? And I said, what you mean you're not ready? He said, I'm not ready. Took us 5-6 years. That's 5-6. Them two records is 5-6 years overdue. So even to play on the screen cover, where he's at now, he's the Ali. Where I'm at now, I'm the listening. Right? The cover art was even symbolic to where we were. Yeah, I wasn't ready to get in the ring with you when you was at your peak, but I'm ready now. And the best thing is I can say I'm passing the torch even if I don't want to. Even if I don't have to pass the torch, it's a passing the torch moment. Because when we do those two records, literally we in the booth, we in the studio with all these cats, and cats like, Ish, you gonna have to rap. He rapping. And I said, then ain't that's what we called him here for? Put the pressure on me. But then he gets out the booth. He said, yo, man, I knew when I got here, man, I had to rap. So it's that respect. Like, it's the respect that people have for your artistry and how talented you are because they know, even on your lightest day, even on your days when you like, oh, man, he's a killer regardless. Like, he might not give you 40 today, but you're going to get this 25, 10, and 10. And so that record, those records were symbolic to my heart because it showed me that, like, it humbled me too to show me that people revere me above them in a sense of like the artistry, but it also humbled me to show me like, yo, you have an obligation to people who look at you on a higher up to help them build as well. So that shout out, like I said, shout out to Reese 52, man. The guy's excellent, man, and he has some thought provoking music, and he stays within himself as well. But man, I'm telling you, get him, you roll a mic out, he'll mess around and kill you in that booth, and that's IshK approved.
It's funny that you brought up J. Cole because he's the artist that's fighting hard to live his truth, even against what the culture said is his purpose. How do you feel about standing up for principles, even inside and outside of your music, no matter what the people say? How do you stay true to yourself when people try to pull you to the left and the right, but you're trying to keep a single vision on your goal?
I was watching The Wire the other day, man. Omar, if you know Omar from The Wire, he said to the detective, he said, a man got to have a code. And it might seem so light or whatever, but we got to have a code. You got to have a code of ethics in which you operate. I always say, if everybody jump off a bridge, are you jumping? It's that simple. We could overanalyze it. We could get super diplomatic about it, but it's about you. Like, honestly, you just got to fight. And it's always going to be like that. It's always going to be When you're different, you're alienated in some sense. But when you're the same, you're easy to control. You're easy to be accepted. It serves more purpose to be different. It serves more purpose to be authentic. We sit here as two men. We might bleed the same, breathe the same, or everything. But guess what? It's something that you possess that makes you authentic, and it's your duty to show your authenticity. We look for authenticity in clothing, but we hate to see it within humans. Like I don't get it. Like people go out the way to show you a Louis bag is authentic, but they hate when you being yourself. I don't think it's a problem. I think you should keep fighting. That's your fight. Your fight was to be an individual.
But wait, whoa. Okay, the fight is to be individual. So then, has hip hop been used to destroy the community when it was made by the community? Then
Nah, I think it's the way it's perception. It's how it's perceived because it's still art, right? And art is not always to your liking. It's positive messages in hip hop, it's negative messages in hip hop. Before the beginning of time, you know, you had first hip hop, these are the breaks. You know what I'm saying? You had these different things. All right, cool, you might got some jump records, but you still had some records that was bringing you aware to, yo, it was cocaine in the streets when those guys was making these records. It was this in the streets. Literally, I was an author to what was being, I was an author for the people who couldn't talk within my neighborhood. So yeah, you can say gangster rap did this or that, but this what Easy E and this is what Rakim seen. This is what KRS seen. This is what, this is what uh Big Daddy Kane seen. This is what Nas seen. This is what The Lock seen. I'm illustrating and I'm speaking for the people who have no voices. Now, today's hip hop, yeah, I can say today's rap music, is it very detailed and promoting of negative things, but at the same
some
time,
of it, yeah.
these it is, but at the same time, these guys are only speaking quote unquote their truths. And it's being reciprocated to the younger generation as they prophesizing it. But to be honest, if you take what somebody experienced away from art, what do they have to share? It's all about how you express it and how you put it out to the public. If you're promoting the nonsense, then nonsense will follow. But if you
But
just, you know,
but wait.
go ahead, go
You're
ahead.
going too far. You're going too far. You're going too fast. Um, I understand that. Truth is the basis of how you create.
Right.
Poverty is the weapon that makes people lie for the check.
Hmm.
We have a lot of people who lie.
Right.
I think you did something where you checked somebody who lied. Am I correct? Tell me about the song Ignored and tell me about the lie that you checked in that song. We're going to
Man,
IshK.
ignored, man. Ignored came from, well, I felt like I was being ignored. I felt like that wasn't rocking with me because my style wasn't fitting. And it's like, and then as I start growing, like a lot of people I reached out to, and I say this all the time, man. I give a big shout out to HGM Bari, man, HGM TV, and Bless McFly, man. When I first started music, nobody listened, right? Nobody even gave me a chance. And man, Bless McFly, man, always hit my DM when I used to post my freestyles and always gave me great feedback. So I always got love for Bless McFly. And he was doing his thing, rocking out Purple Penthouse. He was doing his thing. He was on fire. And he was around a lot of guys that was up in the city, but he still took some time out just to show your boy Ish some love. HGM Bari, man, gave me my first feature, man. Shout out to Ramses Ali. We was in his basement. I did a feature for HGM Bari. We ended up doing a track together, Long Days, that we did a video for, and Nito shot it. And that was my record. Man, my thank you to him was just giving him the record. So when I got into that Ignored, I said, you know what? It's no time like showtime. That was it. Y'all ignored me. I'm cool. I'm still here. But I'm gonna put y'all on notice because I'm gonna be around. And when you see me and I'm up, we could talk because I'm never gonna do to others what they do to me. But understand that I walk with cautious around you because I know your intentions are not coming from a place of love. Your intentions are coming from a place of gain. So when I wrote Ignored, man, that was the mood for everybody who ignored me, man. You think you're doing this? I do this. So that wasn't even for one specific person. That was just for everybody that I was reaching out to who just pushed me to the side. Shout out to Marvy Gray too. Always believed in IshK. Shout out to Marvy Gray. And a couple people that got me started. Shout out to the cats at True and Living, Keith Chandler, Kerwin, um, Andy, guys who took a chance on Ish. So shout out to Quilla too. Quilla from Jersey City hosting the Henny Sundays. She gave me my first performance. So everybody outside of that was just honestly, I just felt like John Wick to everybody else, you know.
Wait. So the lie that got you ignored was you regular.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes you,
or I'm conscious. I'm too conscious.
well, to be conscious means to be alive. So fuck that bullshit.
Right.
So
right, it's nonsense.
To so to further go with that, the lie was that you're one track. But the one thing that makes a person's truth relatable is their range.
Mhm.
And some people only talk about guns. Some people only talk about the streets. Some people only
Right.
talk about sex. Some people only talk about getting high. But you have the way to tap into not only the action, but the thought pattern behind the action.
Right.
Tell me about Vibish 2. Because,
Oh man.
because that one seems to be so different than Ignored, yet even on expression. Tell me about that song.
Hey man, listen. If you want to talk about Vibish 2, Vibish 2 only happened, and this is here, and a lot of people don't know this. Vibish 2 wasn't even supposed to happen. Vibish 2 happened because Matrell, shout out to Matrell and Toby Turnup, my guys, my engineers. They make everything sound good. They pushed me to do those records. If you got to talk about Vibish 2, you got to go Vibish 1. I was just in a space. I was heavy on a Party Next Door binge, heavy on a Frank Ocean binge. And I'm like, oh, I like talking about relationships. And I think I could be melodic with it too. And let's try this. And I tried it. And my man James Jeffries, he took it out. He from Queens. He had it all bumping in his projects. And people hitting me up on Instagram. Yo, when my shorty play this song, what that mean? That mean you need to go buy some flowers, brother, because you about to get in trouble. So to get back to Vibish 2, Vibish 2 starts with No Time. No Time is a record. It's self-explanatory. It's just, it went through every facet of relationships between men and women. You got No Time, you got Backseat for your spicier side. You know, sometimes you spontaneous, you want to get a little nasty in the backseat, you know, you changing your life up. Right now it's just like, wow, like I've seen that girl, I want her right now. I need her right now. I know I like the way everything you do about you right now is killing me. I need it. No Time was just, you know, I'm so busy, but I'm trying to make time for this woman that really want me to make time. And then you got Easy, which is more so of a argument record. I had my homie Meg on it. Shout out to Meg, man. She's hella talented. Meg sung on that joint, rapped on that joint, and I got her there by accident. I had to trick her in the studio. But please take it easy. If it's this and that, then why you don't leave me, shorty? That was just a back and forth record. We go through those times, you know, where you at that great space in a relationship. So when I made Vibish, that was just the softer side of Ish, man. Just showing you my versatility, obviously, and just showing you that, yeah, I go through things too. It ain't always hard raps and bars and stuff like that. So,
But that's what we need, though. Like, you know something? When Mass Appeal came out with Legend Has It, we've got to hear grown man real hip hop from different perspectives. And
Right.
what I like about Vibish 2 is what I liked about Martin. Because everybody thinks about Martin, but Jerome. Everybody thinks about Hustle Man, Bruh Man.
Right.
But the whole purpose of the Martin show was to tell you what love looks like.
Right.
And love is such a encompassing thing that I always say this: love is relative and pain is universal. Everybody don't understand love, but everybody know what pain is.
Right.
I have not heard a song about divorce yet. I have not heard a song about your girl leaving you and being a single father.
Mhm.
I have not heard a song yet that speaks about wanting to have children and you can't. I have not heard a song yet about, I always hear the cheating song, but what about the song where you love somebody, but you're still attached and you want to find a way to love them without, you want to find a way to love them both without cheapening both of them, so you take the pain on yourself.
Right.
So Vibers 2 gave me that, okay, as a man, there's parts of me that you don't know unless I tell you.
Yeah.
And then on Development of Ish, there's parts of you where it says, you don't know me until I expose the parts of me I want you to know.
Right.
What is the difference between telling and exposure when it comes to information and music?
To me, I mean, exposure happens anytime, any place. Telling is dictated. Exposure could come at the best possible time in your life or at the worst possible time at the life. Telling is solely controlled by the narrator. And to be honest, exposure shows the blatant truth. We get to see that truth with our own two eyes. Man, telling, that could be a miscommunication. I done told somebody the wrong information before in life. But the information that got exposed, that was true because we seen that. Even if it was staged, it looks truer. It happened. It's like, oh, wow, we exposed. Whoa. A lot of times when people tell things, you can cover those up. When you get exposed, those come with, you got to come out. You got to make a press conference. You got to do these things. So when I'm exposing you to Development of Ish versus when I'm telling you in Vibes, I'm telling you some things. Now, granted, I'm telling you truths because they're my truths. But I'm also with Development of Ish too, man. I'm exposing you to from track 1 to 9. I've been going, like I said in my promo, I've been going, and this is what I've been going through.
Okay, wait. Too fast. We're not getting it
sorry.
yet. Development
sorry,
of Ish
brother.
2 is ladies and gentlemen, Development of Ish 2 is the magnum opus of, so he says, of his work. I don't think he's made his best work yet, but that's the one that he made that he stands by.
As of right now.
Yeah,
right? As of right now.
But here's
now.
Here's my last question before we go into that project, because it seems you're pushing me to that project. My question to you is, it's perfect. My question to you is, exposure and disclaimer speaking is the same coin in two different sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if body language is the most expressive language we have, what is the best expression of love language in hip hop and rap music to you?
I think that's subjective. To me, though,
How so? Talk about it.
The best, because it's what's your love language?
Well, it's music. So you, like, as the artist, you tell me.
My love language in music, it'll have to be like storytelling, painting pictures.
Freeze. Perfect. Now that you're talking about telling stories, we're gonna go to the Development of Ish 2, and y'all want you to take me right to Take It Slow. What story was you telling in that song?
Take It Slow. Take It Slow was a record. Man, I did it on a Saturday night. It was a lot of tequila involved. Let's say it like that. And it was an accident record, but it was so many. It was just a space because I start questioning myself when making this project. Like, I took off. I was 5 tracks in. I took off. Like, and when I came back, I was writing that record. That record wrote itself. So, the hook goes, I should take it slow. Maybe I just hate the way that life goes. I'm caught up on this road. I'm driving, but don't know which way I go. Right? So I was at just a space where, it's that fork in the road, right? And they say, well, this place goes, it's the fork in the road with 2 uncertain destinations. But to be honest, you don't know whether both of the destinations are good or both of the destinations aren't bad. So you're hesitant. Take It Slow was me being hesitant in my artistry for this project. Take It Slow was, I don't think Development of Ish 2 gonna be all right. Maybe I should just chill. That's what Take It Slow was. Take It Slow was my hiccup record. Take It Slow was my record trying to reassure myself that making the rest of these records made sense.
Or Take It Slow was part of the process.
It was essential because when I got Take It Slow out, I felt comfortable. When I got that record out, it felt like a weight was off my chest. I felt like my decision was made. So that record was the record it was the end all be all record. If I would have never did that record, we never would have had development in IshK. But because I did that record, it reassured me. It reassured me that this was essential.
Who made the beat? Who made
I
the
ain't hear
beat? Who made the beat?
got from Cali.
So
Got from,
take me into the session, because if that's the song that made the project, tell me exactly. Tequila induced, but
Tequila induced.
was your soul crying or were you lyrically inclined?
I was in flow. Like I was just in a space of aura. Like the aura was serene. Like it was like I can't even say I cried. I more rejoiced. I couldn't even say
Catharsis.
I couldn't even say I cried. I more rejoiced because it was so like liberating. It was so courageous of me to put that out there. And it just was, I had uncertainties about people around me. I had uncertainties about myself. And I was vulnerable in that moment. And I was courageous in that moment to say, yo. And once I start hearing it, it started with the hook. And we did the hook like 30 times. And I just listened to the hook and I'm like, man, I ain't feeling it. Shout out to Toby, Turn Up Again. He like, yo, Ish, let that out. And it just rocked and everybody felt it, like, because it hit. Like everybody, like it was a couple people in the studio. It's about 4 of us in the studio, and we listening after it's all done, and everybody like, bro, like I ain't gonna hold you, I be feeling like this too. Like we felt boxed in. You sometimes life boxes you into where you think like maybe I should slow down, but it's no way I'm slowing it down when God walking me on my purpose.
Oh, there go that word again.
He walking me on my purpose right now. I have no time to slow down. I have no time to sit here and argue with myself when my purpose is clearly, the path to my purpose is clearly being laid out, and it's being orchestrated by the most powerful being of all. There's no reason to take it slow. So it was liberating. It was rejoicing. Like my soul released a sense of uncertainty when I made that record. And
Power,
then we drunk, and
power
then
and process.
yeah, we shot a couple shots of tequila because it was definitely like it felt good to get the weight off your chest.
And that's what music does. And that's what creation does. Creation allows you to speak your demons to life.
Mm.
And it also helps you speak life into your purpose. Once
Right.
again, power, purpose,
Purpose.
process.
Right.
And it all equals the truth.
Ooh, that's
See how this
fire.
work out? See how this work
Nah,
out?
you see, it's a step. You putting it together, boy. I'm telling you, it's like a
Yes.
7-layer cake, man. You icing it up nice and neat. I like it.
Most definitely. Tell me about Rap Addict though, because that's where I feel like you really was talking. But I want to know who you were talking to.
Well, I heard love will probably get you killed. 100 a game ain't been the same. Shit, I feel like Wilt. Apologies don't never feel the same. I see these niggas guilt. Heart of a lion when shit is getting real. Them first couple bars put me in that space when I hopped into rap. First of all, I'm a rap addict. I love this music. I live for this. Sometimes I freestyle in the car. But I heard these things that didn't sit well with me. How could love get me killed? But I got so many people I love around me who would never kill me.
Deep.
How could love get me killed? How could love get me killed when love propelled my movement to do what I do best? Without the love of certain people and the support, how could I be IshK? So now I'm playing on the nonsense that's being said to spread infectious thoughts in your head. 100 a game ain't been the same. Shit, I feel like Wilt. I'm doing something that you don't see. It's no record of me doing this, but you know it's there. It's a record of me doing this. Apologies don't never feel the same. I always see their guilt. No matter how many times you done me wrong, no matter how many times you apologize, I seen your guilt more than I seen your sympathy or your empathy. And it speaks for itself, a heart of a lion when shit is getting real. You never see a lion budge when the storm is on. They just defend and think about the consequences later. So when adversity comes, I have no form of conscience. It's just do and we'll deal later.
That's called heart.
You know, can't say the world because the streets they gon' what they say. Mama told me save a lot. Can't say the world because the streets they gonna take a lot. I can't save everybody, brother, but I could reach one and I could teach one. The Christians going to hit the church. The Muslims going to taste a lot. Quiet testimonies from niggas that never say a lot. A lot of brothers sitting in that can right now because they solid. They stand on whatever their code is. This religion thing has always played a part in my life where I see these Christians, I see these Muslims arguing. I say, we stand with God. What matters the details? No matter how you get to your journey in your path of faith, as long as you get there. So I see my Muslims going to taste a lot, and I see my Christians at church. That's what I see. Now I'm talking about what I see. I see my brothers in a penitentiary system. I see some of them probably told, but some of them stood on codes that they had. See, in order to be a rap addict, you have to be indulged in your community. My community is hip hop. Hip hop is my community. So the ups and downs of my community affect the ups and downs of hip hop. It's influential. I'm a rap addict. I'm addicted to this. This is my drug. I'm dependent on this. Without this, I cannot function. I'm an addict for this. I'm an addict for this thing. It's things in your life that you become addicted to, and that's not always negative. You can be addicted to faith. You can be addicted to giving. You can be addicted to teaching. Addiction is always associated with negativity. Man, words are there to be mixed and matched. I'm an MC and I do that.
Shout out to you. How can somebody love you and people who love you can get at you? Well, how come love spelled backwards is evil? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because the uses of words is what makes a great artist an artist.
Right.
Check this out. Check this out. Let's go to my favorite song, Diluted Dreams.
Ah, here you go. The title say it all, don't it?
It says a lot, but the cover art says a lot more. Let me talk about Diluted Dreams for a minute.
Talk to me.
Diluted Dreams is the mind of a man that's fighting to be what he already is.
Wow, I never heard that. Talk.
That's real. Diluted Dreams is a man speaking in the mirror, but the mirror pointing while he's talking. So the reflection is not even reflecting. The reflection is teaching while you're speaking.
I'm tired of people just telling me what I want. When talks about my rival make people want to get low. I'm jumping in this wishing well. I know that there's no hope, but maybe I just stay afloat. Either love me or don't. That's your bar?
That's
I'm
it.
jumping in this wishing well. I know that there's no hope, but maybe I just stay afloat.
Let's get deep about it. Whoa. Let's talk about that.
Break it down. I could break it down. You want me to break it down?
Nah, I want you to talk to me first.
Talk to me.
What is a wishing well?
A wishing well, you know the wishing wells. You know, you put the pennies in them, you know.
No.
The little wishing wells. That's what I was going for.
That's the fountain. The wishing well was a hole in the ground where the people did put their dreams, but they didn't put their dreams for wishes. The wishing well was to survive. So when you jump into the well, you're jumping into salvation. And when you float, that means you're not drowning and overcome with the salvation. It means you're able to live, not survive. Because you're above the nonsense.
See, learn something new.
See, look, a wishing well. See, we think about the water for the fountain. We take the pennies, we put the pennies in there, right?
Yeah, because that's what it was to me. Like I'm jumping in there with, with the dreams.
I knew you said that. So this is why I want to take it there. Because think about it. Are you paying for your wish or you're jumping to your salvation to live? Break that down for me with the lyrics.
Well, I said I'm jumping in the wishing well. I'm priceless. I'm not putting money in there. I'm jumping in there. I'm jumping in this wishing well. I'm hoping I'll float. You either love me or don't. Wow. Maybe I'll float. Maybe, like you said, maybe I will survive. But I'm jumping down here with everything that I have with me. I'm putting the most priceless thing on the line, my life. Metaphorically, right? I'm putting my life out there. I'm putting myself out there. Maybe I just stay afloat and you either love me or don't, right? So you love me or you don't. Regardless of how you do, I done put myself out there. What's the next bar that comes after that? It say, my enemies keep praying that one day I'll be a ghost. My mama keep on praying that one day I'll be the GOAT. And me and Shorty beefing, man. She praying I come home, but I done made some bad decisions with no GPS. I'm lost. So let's go there. My enemies keep praying that one day I'll be a ghost.
They want you gone.
They got to get me out of here. My mama keep on praying that one day I'll be the GOAT. She want me to be the greatest. See, and my ladies is praying that I come home because we've been going through some things. And sometimes as a man, I fall victim to temptation.
But let me flip that.
Go ahead.
Because you had entendres in there.
Couple.
Talk about it. My enemies
Couple.
want me gone. They want me to be a ghost.
Right.
But ghosts are apparitions. So do ghosts ever disappear?
They don't.
Because a haunted mind means no matter where you are, the memory of that thing still comes back to you.
It's there. It's there.
Mom, to take it out, my mom wants me to be the GOAT. Goats live forever because you're the greatest of all time, which means you're not going away.
Right.
And then your lady wants you to come back, the GPS, you said you lost, but you can always come back home if you find your path. Come on, talk to me about not disappearing.
It never leaves. Because regardless, you can't. My enemies keep praying that one day I'll be a ghost. Regardless if you kill me, if I'm the GOAT, my legacy never dies. I'm here forever. It's everlasting. So the fact that you want me to be a ghost, you just don't want to see me in a physical form. Bro, it's way past. I'm way past physical. My legacy is stamped. I'm way past the physical form of remembrance, bro. I will live forever. It will haunt you in my ghostly form because I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. It will haunt you even if you go back to there, right? If I'm the GOAT, it will haunt you how great I was. So my ghost will haunt you. The remembrance of my legacy in my ghostly form will haunt you. I don't have to physically Casper the Friendly ghost you. Shorty, I'm coming back. I just took a breath. But I'm driving down this road with no GPS. I'm lost. I was so angry that I just started driving without a destination. But guess what? I always remembered that I went this way. So all I have to do is turn around and come back. You don't have to necessarily think negative because our times are bad right now. She's just praying I come home. She praying I make it. Let's go there. She knows I'm angry driving. She's praying I don't get into an accident, bro. We could break this down. So some people worrying about me dying. Some people worrying about me being great. Some people just worrying about me being me and being safe. He said flashing lights is either police or the paparazzi. Friends keep showing up while I'm out here moving sloppy. I know that my real ones got me. Not a goal is to the top, eh? Flashing lights. It's either police or the paparazzi. I'm a black man. When I see flashing lights, I get nervous. I pray that my artistry lets me see cameras instead of red and blues. The fact that I can only reference flashing lights as an African-American man as police and the paparazzi. 2 words with a P. 2 words that are used to do what? Expose, whether it's good or bad.
And define your life and your perspective, the POV.
Exactly. 2 words. Flashing lights is either police or the paparazzi. Friends keep showing up while I'm out here moving sloppy. See, those friends. I don't do friends. I have family. Those friends keep showing up while I'm out here on my downfall. They trying to get me off my game. But I know that my real ones got me. Not a goal is to the top B. I need my real ones to snatch me back. I don't need all these friends. Everybody loves Ish when Ish is ishing. But what about when Ish isn't ishing?
What do
When
we
you're
do?
moving, what do we do? What do we do? I had another bar in there. I said, what did I say? I said, cool and collective, I LeBron J it. I got better with age. Man, this shit amazing. Cool and collective, I got LeBron J it. They trying to figure out how I keep getting older, how I'm still performing. At what level does he stop performing? At what level does he stop living in his own greatness? Your limitations aren't mine. Eric Thomas said that. Don't put your limitations on me. So even from the title, Diluted Dreams, what does dilute mean?
Water down.
Exactly.
Make it less stronger.
Exactly.
Weaken it.
Exactly. When I say it, I said in the breakdown, I said if you riding shotgun or you riding next to me in my dream, I dictate the destination. If you riding shotgun in my dream, I dictate the destination. You cannot passenger drive my dream, your dream, anyone's dream. They dictate the destination.
Facts.
So that record was wrote, and I think I could say that record made my soul cry. I'm tired of people just telling me what I want. From the start of the record, I'm tired of y'all just telling me what it is I'm supposed to be doing, what I want. Nobody ever asked me at one time, what did I want? You just assume that because you looked at my trajectory or you looked at my scouting report, this is what Ish wants. The record speaks for itself. Diluted dreams. You can never water down my dreams.
And I rock with it. So to finish off on this album, Diluted Dreams brings me to the cover art, which is a city street with many lights.
Yes.
Is the development of Ish a road to a goal, or is development of Ish the road through life, and you're just looking at the marks and the scenery as you travel down this road?
You know how this whole project is so complex, and the simplest thing is the cover art. If you notice, that cover art is Bourbon Street. More bars than Bourbon Street. It was that simple. It wasn't any complicity to it. It was the simplest. I left the complicity for 1 through 9. I want simple. That's what related to me. It was I needed Bourbon Street because I'm giving you bars after bars after bars after bar. So many bars I could throw beads when I give you the joint. It was Mardi Gras. It was festive. This was my party. It's Bourbon Street. It's New Orleans. It's festive. It's Mardi Gras. It's a place where jazz lays. It's a jazz from ragtime to jazz to blues to hip hop. We talking about history on history. It's New Orleans, man. It's culture, man. It's IshK. The living legend, Mr. More Bars Than Bourbon Street. A lot of times I say it, and shout out to Akeem Ali, because he was on the track with Ty Harris, and he said, more bars than Bourbon Street. I think he probably heard me. I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But it was that simple. That project's cover art was literally me just being, that was the child side of me. Let's make it simple. More bars than Bourbon Street, and we put Bourbon Street up there. The lights, it's no symbolic meaning. The symbolic meaning was more bars than Bourbon Street because I'm giving you bar after bar after bar, and it's so festive and it's so enjoyable. It's a place that everybody wants to come visit. Everybody wants to hear this. If I say we going to New Orleans right now, nobody's turning me down.
So you took them to the party on the album.
I took them to the party on the album. I took them to the Super Bowl. I took them to the Superdome.
So question, is the development of Ish a series? Because you had a 1 and a 2. Is this like give Benny Siegel the truth, the reason, the
word? This is my dedication. This is my Benny single. This is my blueprints. this is my this is that. It's a series. And it, even with the name, like the development is like everything is development. Like everything takes development. It's a process, and it just stuck. Obviously, it's singles out there. You know, you got Lover Boy, Live from the Bricks, and different things. I got stuff with my girl Tutu, Serenity, and stuff like that. But if you really want to, like, to be honest, if you say like Ish, how do I know you? I give you development Ish 1 and 2, and then you just figure it out, and then come holler at me, and we go get something to eat. That's me. Like that's some of my most. I'm talking about. I sat with myself on them projects, and you could see the growth in my artistry in those projects. Like I could tell you this was younger ish, and then I could tell you this was more finesse season ish to where So this is series, and in the process of working on development of ish 3. So
Okay.
yes, sir.
That
I
answers
know
my
that's
questions.
yeah. I know because I know it was coming.
So check this
Uh,
out. Give everybody your social media and tell them how they can find you, follow you, and get your music.
oh man, it's IshK, man. Ish_K. You can find my music, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify. If you on it, I got it. If I got it, you on it. Right? Everything is up there. IshK is I $ H space K. Um, Holla at me on all streaming platforms, man. Hit me up on IG, man. Thank you for Heritage Hip Hop. I like to give you your flowers too, brother, because you got to understand what you're doing, man. To consistently put out good content and consistently put out knowledgeable and informative content is a hard thing to do in the ignorant world. And you maintain your purpose, you maintain your composure, and you maintain feeding the people proper knowledge. I'm always a fan, even when I'm not on here, I'm watching. You always got my support. So shout out to the Heritage Hip Hop family. Shout out to my brother Karev, one of the biggest hip hop historians that I know, teaches me something every day. Women's History Month. Shout out to all the moms, the grandmoms, the aunties, the sisters, the little sisters, the big sisters, everybody. Shout out to every woman, specifically my African American woman, doing your thing. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Just because you don't get applauded do not mean somebody isn't clapping. We appreciate you. The world would be nothing without you. And we continue to love on you and continue to give you y'all flowers, because the step to progression is not only through the man, but through a strong woman. So happy Women's History Month to all the strong women doing their thing, living their best lives, and keep grinding, keep prospering, and keep staying focused. Thank you.
Word. And we're gonna do something different tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I have a new segment of the show. It's called Ask the Host. You get 3 questions to ask me, and then we're gonna sum this up. What 3 questions do you have, sir?
My first question is for you. What what keeps you continuing your content your way, especially in a high place where podcasting is blowing up, not feeding into just putting out nonsense and going for clickbait?
Integrity, MVPs, morals, values, and principles. I'd rather celebrate the artist than feed into the narrative that black men and black women are oversexed, not intelligent, or um a monolith that we all think one way where it's not true.
Mhm.
That's
Mm.
question 1. What else you got?
That's fire.
2 more.
That's fire. Um, what is your idea of a perfect world in hip hop?
Free expression with no negative blowback.
I'm coming. I got one. All right, all right, all right. Check me out. If you can say what what 10 songs, what 5 songs describe you?
Bless McFly, all by myself.
Hmm.
Benny Siegel, look at me now. Um, a good one. Public Enemy, Prophets of Rage. Nas. No, sorry. KRS-One, Higher Level. And you know what? I'll take something more recently. Nick Grant, Blessed.
Mm.
So that's me right now at this moment in time.
Oh, that's fire, man. That's fire.
So we got our 3. And
Yes,
ladies and
sir.
gentlemen, now we're going to have Ish do the rapid fire questions. The rapid fire questions are not yes, no questions. The rapid fire questions are questions that show his character, his depth of knowledge of hip hop and of himself. You ready to play?
Talk to me.
I've asked you one of these questions before. Now you can't use your own album as the answer. You ready?
Talk to me.
All right. Question number 1. What's the perfect hip hop beat? Meaning if you had it first, you would have been your first single.
Perfect hip hop beat to me. Off of 2004's Hill Drives. GMOD. Get Off My by J. Cole.
Ooh, okay.
Love that beat.
Okay. That's question number 1. Question number 2. What album or song perfectly describes you that's not from your discography?
Album or song? Fire and Ice by Styles P.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Question number 3. Brooklyn personifies hip hop perfectly in my opinion, because people were able to represent their borough and take it around the world as a hit song.
Mm-hmm.
If you could represent Irvington and Newark, what 3 MCs would you pick on the song and who's producing it?
Producer, Jersey based.
Whatever you want.
If
Sure.
I could take to personify my guys, I'd take Sue Surf, Payne, Crutch Calhoun, Payne, Leah Janae, soulful artist, and I'd take my girl Tutu.
Who's doing the beat?
Who doing the beat? Toby Turnup
There
or
you go.
Montreal.
We got to make that happen. There you go. Question. What is the most important instrument in hip hop today?
Man, dang beat machine, man.
A beat machine? Why?
Just because you could do so many things in that little space. Like, obviously, I would love real live instruments, but you able to take a piano sound. It might sound not as organic, or you able to take horns and just put that together. So that beat machine is crazy.
Okay. Another question. It's not the last question. It's another question. Hip hop is to be lived, not just learned. There's certain parts of hip hop that you'll never have again, and it's hard to explain it because you had to be there to experience it. What was that moment for you?
Victory Lap.
Talk about what Victory Lap did for you and living through it.
Man, it put me in a space of empowerment. What Nip was trying to explain and trying to promote. And I think obviously his life was taken a little early before he got to really reach the masses and change. But when I heard that project sparked a flame in me, man. He represented California, he represented growth, he represented Pan-Africanism and everything in that one project. So he was able to stay true to every facet of his life that he lived, whether it was gang banging or being from where he from and his heritage of his moms and his pops or whatever. So I take Victory Lap, man. You should have been there.
Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
Rest in peace, Nip, man.
3 more questions. We're gonna rock. We're gonna do something great. Dream song, any artist, dead or alive. What is it?
Me, J. Cole, Kendrick. Me, J. Cole, Kendrick, and Frank Ocean. We'll do something. It'll be crazy. Me, J. Cole, Kendrick, and Frank Ocean on an Alchemist or no, you know what? Give me Missy Elliott as my producer. Or Timbaland. It's either Timbaland, Pharrell, JD, or Missy. I think we'll do something crazy. Me, J. Cole, and Frank Ocean. And I'm gonna have Frank Ocean do this crazy hook in my head. It's like that human being to a man. I need one of them.
Okay. Shout out to all of them. 2 more questions. Here's the next question. Unfortunately, hip hop is being victimized and villainized in the mainstream. It's a victim because hip hop is the blame, which makes it the villain. And with it being called the villain, people are attacking it. We have the elders attack hip hop. We have the younger people who don't understand hip hop and call what they do hip hop. Hip hop causes people to look at it in a real weird way. And people say hip hop is a culture, but they don't understand what a culture is. With that understanding, what is the outside of rapping? What is the most important part of hip hop, and why do you want to save it?
The most important part of hip hop is the art of uh the most important part of hip hop. Community.
Talk about the
Community.
importance of community in hip hop.
Um, if you look at some of the greatest records, it's community based. It was derived from the community around them, negative and positive. Um, and we losing the sense of community. I think the sense of community needs to be saved because even just looking out for each other, right? Even just taking care of our community, taking back our neighborhoods, putting self-respect on our neighborhoods to where we're not infiltrated and harassed and demoralized. We patronize everybody in our own community. So it's a sense of standing together as not just African American people, but people in communities that might have low income and things of that nature. I hear a lot of my OGs talk about the projects when they was growing up and they were some of the cleanest buildings. You know, you take pride in where you are. You take pride, no matter how the world may see it, it's where you are in the moment. And you can make something beautiful. It's not outsiders' job to make your neighborhood speak. So when you lose a sense of community within the community, you lose a sense of culture and community and brotherhood and sisterhood in hip hop. Because we all here to sharpen iron sharpens iron. We're not here to compete and we're not here to kill each other. Um, Once you let evil forces and that and label owners and people who never made hip hop and never lived through these, when you let them dictate the outcome, that's where you get the violence and you get the killings and you get the beefs that go too far and it don't stay on wax, but it ends up in the streets. That's where you get it because you're allowing people with a checkbook to tell you about your culture that never lived it. So it's a sense of community to me. If we are united as a community, it's hard for outsiders to infiltrate.
Infiltration is the main important word. I want to say to that as well.
For sure.
Shout out to everybody that keeps the community alive. All right,
Exactly.
so last question. 500 years from now, at the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, Hip Hop Museum, somebody's going to push a red button and a hologram or AI of you is going to come out.
Talk
And
to
they're
me.
going to see you rapping and hear you rhyming and everything. 500 years, you're inspiring people who listen to your music. What is your legacy or the legacy you leave behind that made the world better because you made hip hop music?
My legacy is I'm bigger than my stage name. My legacy is that outside of the music, he wasn't just an artist. He's a philanthropist. He helped those around him. He raised his kids to the best ability. He took care of his people to the best of his ability. My legacy lives, yes, that's one phase of my legacy, but when you talk about IshK and Najee, it's the same person. It's no switch. It's no switch in my diction. It's no switch in my approach. It's no switch in my personality. I'm the same person. So 500 years from now, my legacy will be the fact that 500 years from now, it'll be legacies of other people that started with my legacy. I created new legacies, right? It's not just good to be the best receiver. It's good to create a camp of receivers. It's a coaching tree. They say, oh, he comes from the Bill Belichick coaching tree. Yes, he comes from the Najee Dwyer rapping tree. He comes from the IshK rapping tree, the Najee Dwyer family tree. So when you see me, my legacy will be built on more than just music. You should see me and I'm very tangible. I'm very feasible. I'm very in touch with my community. I'll never shy away from the community that I was raised in. I'll never shy away from helping people achieve. So the goal is to help the next man win because it's enough space at the top for all of us. And I always say this, and I'll leave you with this. I said it can't be not enough room at the top when if you go to any Hall of Fame and any sports thing, there's 300 or something busts. That means you great in your era. You great in your time. So that means there's enough space for all of us to be great. So you reach back and you keep, it's like a ladder. They say crabs in a barrel, but crabs was put in a barrel. Duh. They live in the sea.
That's a fact. Well, ladies and gentlemen, We hope that you enjoyed the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast tonight. Shout out to Palaya, my man on the check-in.
Yes, sir.
Yo, I think we made history tonight. How'd you like the interview? What we do? How we do?
Man, I love it here, man. I felt like I was at home, brother. I felt like this was that barbershop talk. You understand? Comfortable. Great interview. Ask some questions. A lot of times you get asked the same questions, which, you know, I appreciate everybody, but to actually think, man, to actually have to really think before I respond because you're so used to answering the same questions, I appreciate you. Like I said, man, thought-provoking, informative content, allowing the artists to not just allowing the people to get a better look at the artist past the music. People was able to see who I am from an intellectual standpoint, from just a day-to-day standpoint. It's more than just artistry. Yes, I'm a wizard with words, but I'm also a highly intelligent human being capable of being very diplomatic and understanding and breaking down metaphors and similes and also relaying that what I do fiction, not even in the sense of fiction, but what I do lyrically into real life and how it orchestrates to compose something as great as what I have composed. If you caught that.
I did. And with that being said, I got something ringing in the background. I don't know what the hell's going on my table, yo. We're gonna give a shout out. We're gonna give a shout out to the ladies. This is the last day of Women's History Month. But instead of history being the past, we want to give a shout out to the women that make history today.
Yes, sir.
Anybody you want to shout out first? I'm gonna let you get yours off, and I'm gonna
finish. Hey, man, I want to shout out my moms, my aunt. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out my grandmother. Happy birthday, Augusta Starks. 35 years teaching Newark, New Jersey. 35 years community activist. 35 years doing God's work, doing good work for her people. Turned 76 yesterday. Grandma, I want to bless you with a happy birthday, happy belated birthday. Regardless if the name isn't in the history books, man, you a legend in my eyes. Shout out to all the other women in the world doing great work, man. Like I said, my mom's, my aunt, my son's mom. Shout out to every woman I know doing their thing, but most importantly, man, shout out to one of the legends, one of the GOATs in my life, Augusta H. Starks, man, putting on for Newark, putting on for Irvington, putting on for African-American women all over the world, man. One of my biggest heroes.
I want to continue that by giving a shout out to the ladies that I personally know. Shout out to all the ladies in my family, from the eldest to the newest born.
Yes,
shout out to Miss Stacy Love.
Word. Shout out Miss Love.
Word. Shout out to Miss Love. Shout out to Charisma. Shout out to Yorkie. Shout out to Luna, Joanna.
Word.
Shout out to everybody out there that really make moves. Because sometimes we always highlight the celebrity, and we highlight the people that look good on TV. What about the people that look good in our lives? Shout out to crossing guards, the moms, the nannies, the teachers, the nurses, the lawyers, the people at the store who bagging your groceries, the people on the cash registers, every woman in the world. Shout out to you. Because at the end of the day, y'all are the part of God that makes men better. Because men are very warlike. And even though y'all could cause some drama too, y'all also can teach us how to sit down and tap into that side of God that gives us life, not war.
Word is born. Shout out to my girl Bird, man, doing her thing on her ones and twos. Shout out to everybody. Like I said, without the world, without women, the world would not populate. You would not produce the future leaders of America. You hold a great responsibility to yourselves. You hold a great responsibility to mankind. And we appreciate you. Regardless of what's being said about you, we appreciate you. And it's not just because it's Women's History Month, because you're a woman and every day that you live behind you is history. So every day is history. Shout out to all the women. Stand strong. Keep doing y'all thing. Keep being prosperous. Keep taking advantage of life and just keep doing the best you can do.
And with that being said, peace.
Thank you and good night. We are Heritage Hip Hop. Real hip hop. Real hip hop. We here.